y'all have this thing where y'all feel as though it's just this thing where people think talent matters. Talent does not matter. You got niggas like that who find little reasons to stop fucking with you. Oh, he drives a Scat Pack. He don't got the Hellcat. Oh, he's wearing lab diamonds. He don't got the natural diamonds. It's everything but music. That's why I try to tell you who rap, the music. Create the storyline, create the narrative. Because it's not the talent. Talent does not matter. The storyline matters. They say Young and Ace fell off. Oh, and I agree. Young and Ace fell off. But why? Because the story ended. The movie's over. There's no more chapters. The book is closed. Fulio died, the book closed. Fulio died, the book closed. It's not about talent. Stop. It's not about talent. The fans are lying to y'all. The A&Rs are lying to y'all. The executives are lying to y'all. It's not about talent. People want to be entertained. They want to see a circus. It's not about talent. Y'all laughed at the baby when he was walking down 6th Street wearing a diaper. What he had to do to get on? He had to kill somebody in fucking Walmart. It's not about talent.
Charlamagne, are we live? Are we live? Are we live? DJ Envy, are we live? Are we live? Can the people hear my voice? Cause I'm at the Breakfast Club and I'm addressing all the lies.
Video that Sean Cotton, from CEO of Say Cheese, just dropped, where he was talking about how now, today, in music, talent does not matter. And he used Polo G as an example. He was talking to his cousin, I think, in the background, and was like, yo, what, bro, why did you stop listening to Polo G? And he said, cause his girl cheated on him, some shit like that. Okay. So then he was like, so people use that narrative. He's basically saying that fans don't really care about the music. It's about the narrative that's tied to it, which is the story that you told and presented to them when you first came out. And so it is true what he's saying, but it's also
also false, because he's saying it's just started. And we're sitting here talking right now. So I don't think it just started, Sean.
Yeah. I mean, of course, like it's you gotta have the image, you gotta have the marketing, you gotta have the storytelling. And so now, because we have access to these artists' lives through social media, it's a lot easier for people to pinpoint something that they don't like and then stop fucking with you. And then we get the narrative, so and so fell off.
On the flip side,
it's harder to cap. It's harder to control.
It's harder to cap too.
It's harder to control the narrative.
Exactly.
Now that it's so hard to control the narrative, every rapper that I ever looked up to looks very lame.
Bruh.
Every single one of them.
Bruh, it's
So
it's
I'm
so,
not. So that's where I'm getting to, bro. It's if I see somebody once a year, it's real easy to make themselves look like the biggest threat to ever live.
I feel it.
When I see you every day, it's really difficult to convince me you really that guy.
That's great. That's key. And so it makes
now trust me, it's some real gangsters that I see every day around my neighborhood. I believe them. They look like that all the time. Jay-Z don't look like none of them. Gucci Mane, Cameron don't look like none of them. Dame Dash don't look like none of those guys.
Well, I mean, looks can be deceiving, right?
Go tell. I'm gonna take you up the block to bro. I'm gonna tell him. You're deceiving me with your looks. You're not really him. Tell him.
Okay.
Tell him, gang.
Because there's a difference between gangsters and hustlers. There is actually a difference. So here's the thing. If what you just said reminded me of the conversation we had last week, where you said, "Hey, is it ever? Can you foresee yourself becoming? Can you see your favorite artist or rapper being someone that's new?" And I was like, no, I don't think so. And then I think it's because of what you just said.
You can't buy in.
I can't buy in because, one, I don't believe you. Two, I can't relate, and I don't. there's no admiration behind it, or you know,
I feel like
Here's the three. Here's three.
Well,
I'm not so
okay,
desperate
yeah.
like a teenager to be validated in my thoughts and actions that I don't need to buy into you.
Exactly. So yeah, like that, because
I was
that's
just gonna say Drake because y'all know how I feel about Drake, and I'm like,
no, say it. I don't know what you're gonna say.
I don't because I use Drake as an example. Of what
Oh,
you're
you
talking
can't buy
about.
into him. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
because when I look at Drake, I don't believe him. But I listen to Drake's music. I don't live my life by it. But when I see, like, some of the things I've seen Drake, I'm like, bro.
And
we're on
because
the
of
grassy.
that, if you found out that something Drake said on a song was cap, you
I
wouldn't
would-
care. You wouldn't fight for
I
it.
would assume so.
And so that's the difference between her and your thing with Jay-Z and Gucci Mane. You found these guys at a point where you connected your identity to them, as we all do with musical artists. I have connected my identity to Ye in many ways.
I don't know if I connected my identity to Gucci Mane, but
I mean,
was a
maybe,
fan- I was
maybe
a
just
fan- I was a
Jay-Z. I
fan
don't
of
know.
his
Who
music.
knows? Whatever. I don't want to like dictate what you've done, but you associate your identity with somebody. I don't know. Whoever you choose that to be, that's you. But it would seem like a person like Jay, where you're fighting so hard for this aspect of their persona. Typically, we only fight that hard for an aspect of our own persona. And so when
Well, you said, you lived that life, though.
yeah, well, he did say that. So Polo G, and so when that kid is talking about that, what happens when Polo G bitch leave him is the kid sees his bitch leaving him. And now you got to align with somebody else who bitch didn't leave him, or who has 100 bitches, and they would never be concerned with a bitch leaving. So it's somewhat pathetic, right? That this kid would actually find the need to do that, or that we all find the need to do that at some point
And
in
then
life.
he tried to say, well, no, that was around the time the music was falling off. Like, no, you
That's what everybody
you
do when they
in
just
your-
gotta-
In your mind, the music was falling off. And so that's the thing, like, where, like you said, so teens and fans, young fans are
Grown-ups.
very much more, younger people are more impressionable,
Yeah.
right? When it comes to artists and shit like that. So,
Oh,
it's-
you'll say they're more impressionable?
yeah, the youth, yeah, for sure.
I would
Like,
say they're
literally
equally as
wanted to be
impressionable.
like Lil Wayne. Like,
But that's
and
okay. I feel like
I'm gonna have to go with her.
we're equally as impressionable.
This
The
way.
only thing is that there's more things for them to be impressed by. There used to be a pipeline for music. There used to be a pipeline for anyone who got on some sort of public platform, even if it wasn't in a good way. Like, you just couldn't just see Ray Ray from the corner down there talking junk. Our podcast, it wouldn't just be here.
Let me tap
We have to
into
go
that.
through a lot of people.
I think they're equally as impressionable, adults and grown-ups. I mean, adults and children.
A 12-year-old is
Hold on.
equally as impressionable as a 40-year-old.
I think they're equally. Hold on, listen, bro. Listen.
Yeah, that's what
I think they're equally impressionable. I think adults are more prideful about it. So whereas a child will say, "Yeah, I listened to him and I took the information," an adult gonna say, "No, I ain't do that because of them." They're gonna justify it in a myriad of ways. So I see many women impressed by Cardi B to the point of action. Would they say, "I was just doing what Cardi B was doing"? No, because they're far too prideful. Well, bitch, you got several baby daddies, you're not doing shit with your life, and you think your ass is gonna win. You're not impressed by Cardi B because you're doing the same shit and thinking you're gonna get the same results. So you seem to be pretty impressionable. More than that, I hear women. This was a topic that I sent to the group chat. I'm no better than a man. What are they saying in that moment? I'm repeating what men have done. I'm impressionable like a child to the point where I don't do what I would do naturally and instinctually. I'm doing what men would do. Every woman that I know who gets into her masculine and wants to be a boss, what is she doing? She's not impressionable?
What is that a result of?
When she's sitting there tormented, Aisha Curry, should I be a boss or should I be a wife? She's going back and forth between thoughts in her own brain that other people gave to her. You should be a wife. You should be a boss. You should be a wife. You should be a boss. Men who go to the Gucci store and buy the mannequin, they're not impressionable? Grown men? I would say it's far more impressionable to take your hard-earned money and to do something another grown man told you to do because of the results he told you is going to achieve for you than to just repeat something you saw on TV. You worked hours and hours and hours to get that money. Now you tricking it off because somebody somewhere told you this is the smartest thing to do. And at the end of your life, if we've been able to calculate this up, black people don't have shit. So were they impressionable or not
the
impressionable?
minority for adults. I think that you're describing a minority of adults. When it comes to children, I would say a majority of children are impressionable and want to emulate celebrities.
Yeah. So what I was actually
'Cause I don't
saying
want- let
old
me-
children.
But who do
versus
adults
new
want to
children
emulate?
Were the same.
So,
I wasn't saying that adults and them were the same, like on the same level. I was saying you were saying something about older children back in the day, and then the newer children are more impressionable than they were back in the day. And I'm like, I feel like the impressionable levels are the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
children
So
are
children,
saying
and then, yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's what I was saying.
There are more
Oh,
things
okay.
to be.
I
Okay.
mean, I
Okay.
get what
He's
you're
saying-
saying
he's
too,
saying
but I was
something
not
else.
saying that.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's comparing children now to children back then.
Yeah,
And
because
saying
he
they're both equally as impressionable.
But there's more to be impressed by
Yes.
today than there was in the past.
Okay.
I'm
Thank you
saying
for clarifying that.
I'm saying adults and children are equally impressionable. You said children are far more impressed by celebrities. I'm saying that may be true. Adults are far more impressed by their friends and their peers and whoever can judge them and perceive them.
I would
That's
know that for sure.
key. That's great. We have three different perspectives on this.
But here's
Just
the
like-
thing.
And we have
'Cause
more
I-
time
'cause I-
of being beat down by those depressions. Kids, it's kind of one-sided. We have years and years of people's impressions.
Years.
Because as a 37-year-old man, well, let me use myself as an example. Because as a 35-year-old man, like that listens to niggas rap about murder, I'm not gonna go kill anybody.
But you are going to condemn another
a
man.
13-year-old that's listening to this shit every day, they may go kill somebody because of that music. That's what I'm talking
But
about.
it's still contributing to the same ecosystem.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm talking about impressionable, like it's levels. Like
Yeah,
I'm
but you're not gonna argue
I'm
with your
not-
wife
I'm
in
not-
public because of what the next man
I'm
does.
not gonna go try and lean today as a 35-year-old when I've never done it. But if a kid like Juice WRLD, who listened to Future as a teenager,
Facts.
he's gonna go try and lean. So that's why I'm. That's
Maybe he might go try lean. You're not gonna yell at your bitch in public. I mean, it's. I mean, we could really split hairs. That kid is gonna get to the point where he doesn't yell at his bitch in public, and he won't try lean. Maybe he didn't try lean. I didn't try lean, but what?
I tried a lot of drugs though as a result of rappers.
And so, like, yeah,
He's kidding.
people are impressionable.
So now the thing, so to tie it all in, right? With the Sean Cotton thing, I was like, damn, like I hate hearing him say that because it's gonna reinforce that notion to artists that your music doesn't matter. Like he's literally telling them, bro, fuck your music, focus on building a storyline and building a persona around yourself.
Yo,
and
that's not
then
what he
the-
said,
and then
though.
the fans are gonna buy in. That is what he said.
That's not what he said. What he said is the narrative matters. Look, Jay-Z had to be an
He said
extremely
your music does not matter. That's what he said.
okay, cool.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
Because then we diminishing the music.
Then we got to go back to the other point. People need to learn how to talk because what he was getting at, the main point of what he was saying is narrative. Nobody is listening to songs. Nobody is listening to musical notes. They're listening to narrative. And in rap, that is especially true.
Right.
And so if he told the kid, don't worry about the music, put out a snare, no words, that's the wrong thing to do. But if he was telling the kid, look, nobody is special here. You're not a superstar. None of these niggas are superstars. They are entertainers. They are playwrights. They wrote a character and they found one that worked.
So let me ask you this.
They wrote a character, bro.
Let me ask you this. Do you think so? You don't believe any rapper.
Do I believe rappers? Look, bro, I believe rappers in the same way I believe filmmakers. I believe they have a message that they are trying to share. I believe that they tell me that this is an autobiography. I need to be looking deeply and I need to be relating this to their actual life. The rest of the time, they are writing something to entertain me, and if they're really, really tapped into the community, to engage me in the correct way. That's what artists are doing.
Yeah,
that's what
because that's-
Beyonce, that's what Usher, that's what Pusha T and Drizzy Drake and Kendrick Lamar are doing.
Yeah, because rap is the only genre that is perceived to be autobiographical. Like, and so, and that's why the people, that's why the fans, that's why they have the buy-in that they do, because we really do believe you are this person that you're portraying. We now know that like 90% of it is fake. We now, it's like wrestling. We now know. And, you know.
And the people still love wrestling, so.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a show.
I'm
It's a
just
show.
saying it is a show, but at the same time, you know, I get it.
But I don't listen.
I get your point. The overall is that the storyline needs to be recognized as just that, a storyline.
I think that's the great thing, because we can kind of keep going in a circle. But I think what you just said and what you said is key, like for listeners, fans of all ages, to realize that what the rappers are selling you is a persona and a character in a story. It is just that, like, don't get caught up in like, oh, this nigga Doug, or well, I want to say, whoever it is.
Because the truth of the matter is, I did get caught up, and that's why I wanted to share that shit. Like, that prevented me from believing in myself in specific ways, because I did not mirror or reflect what I saw on the screen. So that's the most important part of it. This isn't for everybody who wants to do this. I mean, if you want to be an artist, get better at making art. That's easy. Dedicate your time day and night. Try to share a message and see how well you are at sharing messages. Everybody else who is meant to take the message, because that's the far bigger part of the audience. I'm the smaller part of the audience. You're the bigger part of the audience. The listener, the fan. You guys don't believe in this shit. The Quran says it clearly. Do not believe in the poets. They will say whatever they need to. And so, life is not a poem. Life is a real thing. It's so weird, as an artist, I'm the one who's constantly saying this. People want to hear poetry a lot. Things that sound pretty and good to them. Easy, simple. Oh, you sell drugs? The reason why I didn't make it is I never sell drugs. That's a simple answer. I'm going to work at the bean factory. Boom. There was two options, selling drugs and working at the bean factory. So now that's what happens with those kids. They limit themselves as opposed to expand themselves. There's a small subset of people who heard Jay-Z say, Hov went through that, so you ain't have to go through that.
Right.
And applied that to reality.
Exactly.
It's a small subset. And so it's a small subset of little boys who listen to Drake who don't cry like they a fucking bitch. It's a small subset of young men who now still stand up in a masculine way and take the pressure on their shoulders, especially when they're in the leadership position. It's a small.
It's niggas that listen to Pluto that are upstanding family men and take care of their kids.
It's a small subset.
They don't do drugs.
It's a small subset of those guys, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm curious as to what the fuck they're getting from this experience, but hey, bro, like, I'm gonna let them rock. Next subject, bro. Rick Ross got a new album.
Speaking of niggas that tell tales,
Rick Ross.
Ricky Rose.
It's a perfect transition. Let's take 1 minute to tell them to like, comment, and subscribe, and we're gonna put that behind every single video, or in front of it, one of the two. So, I'm gonna say like, you say comment, you say subscribe. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like,
Comment.
subscribe
to the Heaven on Earth Society podcast. Boom.